Welcome to Rediscover the Verde Valley. I'm Christian Oliva Del Rio. I'm the President and CEO for the Cottonwood Chamber of Commerce. And with me today, can you believe it? It's been just about a year since we did this last time, right?
Yes.
So with me today, I've got Kathrine Anderson, and she is the program specialist with the Regional Economic Development and Small Business Development Center for Yavapai College.
Yes, the long title.
It's a heck of a title,
Yes.
right? And I think Mindy Brigham, yours is just about as long,
Yes,
right?
it is.
She's the Business and Community Development Partner for the Cottonwood Career Center, Goodwill of Central and Northern Arizona.
Yes.
So welcome, both of you. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
being with me. Today we're going to talk about an awesome event that we do every year in April. It's our Verde Valley Job and Career Fair and Volunteer Fair this year, so that's exciting. So what I'm going to do is we're going to talk a little bit about your organizations and the great resources that you have out there for the community. And Mindy, let's start with you. Tell me a little bit about what is a community partnerships and some of the projects that Goodwill is working on.
Right, so I work closely with our mission services team in order to execute our vision of ending unemployment.
Right.
Our new mission statement is ending poverty through the power of work. So I work very closely with community partners,
Right.
Yavapai College, NACOG, Cottonwood Chamber of Commerce. I work very closely with our employers. And just build awareness in the community about all of our services that we offer.
Right, because you guys offer a lot of great resources to the community that I think a lot of people don't know about, and you're going to share some of those with us right now. So I know one of the things is the digital skills gap. What is that?
Right, so the digital skill gap is digital skills that the employees have and the digital skills that employers actually need them to have.
That's key, it's important. You and I were chatting a little while ago about, I may know how to go in and use Paint or something like that, but that's not going to help me when I need to write a Word document or use an Excel sheet, right?
Right. And by providing digital skill workshops, we hope to provide guidance, allowing learners and job seekers to become more familiar, more comfortable with using not only computers, but other devices that they may come across.
Right.
And that way they're less apprehensive and more encouraged to pick up that device and learn it. And hopefully that will fill in that digital skill gap.
That's great. So, tell us a little bit more about what's the need in developing these digital skills. Why is it so important?
It's so important because all companies are becoming tech companies.
Right.
And individuals need to have the ability to find, evaluate, share, and create content using information technologies and the internet.
Right.
So yeah, it's very, very important.
Right. So it's not just necessarily about surfing the internet. It's about knowing what you're searching for and how to use that resource.
Right. And in order to stay connected, we need to stretch a little bit further in order to not be outpaced by change.
Right. That's key. Well, because again, we were having a little conversation that I used to teach an introduction to computers class, and I tell you what, if I went back right now, I'd probably be a little lost. I've been out of the loop for about 10 years. And that's huge. If you're not keeping up with the pace of the change. It's
we find ourselves trying to keep up with the changes in the workplace that happen faster, quicker than we do.
Sure. Yeah. Well, how many of us really thought that we would be using social media so much for our own marketing and everything for our businesses,
Very
right?
true.
It's changed tremendously, right? So, what other services does Goodwill of Central Northern Arizona offer to the community?
So we recently have new partnerships. So we're working with Google, General Motors, and Boeing.
Yeah.
And we're utilizing these grants in order to offer computer classes 101, 102, and 103.
Right.
It's all at no cost. It's a wonderful opportunity. Even if you have a job, this is great because it is at no cost. We'll be covering email, Microsoft Word, Excel 1 and 2, PowerPoint, Windows and Mac, information literacy, and it's at no cost at all.
So that's an awesome resource. And so how does that work? how would somebody sign up for one of these classes?
Right, so you can go to mycareeradvisor.com and look at the calendar. In Camp Verde, we'll be holding them at the library, the community library there, here at the Cottonwood Public Library.
Right.
Our facilitator, our teacher, she's been teaching computer classes at a college level for over 15 years.
Right. That's
so
excellent.
just go to our website, mycareeradvisor.com.
Or they can call the office as well and get some information,
Right, right.
Okay, perfect. That's great. So, what about this information session about advancing your digital skills? That's kind of another
Right, so this
is
is our digital skill workshops. These are our computer workshops. And mycareeradvisor.com is where you can go and you can create resumes. There's different templates you can choose from. You can also live chat with a career advisor. If you have any questions or concerns, you can send in your resume to get feedback. There is mock interview modules on there, and that's another thing we do in our offices is we offer mock interviews just to help build that confidence prior to an interview.
I would be horrible at that. I tell you, I'm always stressed out just even to do this show in the morning, but to be videotaped for an interview and answering those questions would just drive me nuts. But that's an excellent resource and a great way to review and see where you might stutter or step and how you can improve that skill, right?
Absolutely.
So it's huge. So, My Career Advisor, that's an excellent resource that you guys have. So people can access a career advisor here locally as well?
Anywhere. You can access it from anywhere. You just register, and if you create a resume, that resume will always be there.
That's wonderful. So there is a center here, right? The Goodwill office here, and so there are resources there. If you are having trouble maybe seeing this online or getting to it online, they could potentially come into the office and talk to somebody and deal with that as well, right? Excellent. So good resources. I'm glad you're one of my partners. And hopefully we can really handle that and make sure that the mission is taken care of.
Right. And technology is increasingly a requirement for employers too, whether you're in a fast food restaurant or president of a major company, having those digital skills, it's now an important part of the job description.
Right. So, Kathrine, SBDC and Yavapai College, I like to call it the Red C, but it's the Regional Economic Development Center, correct?
Correct.
So tell us a little bit more about that and what you guys do.
Well, yes, I work for both the Small Business Development Center and Regional Economic Development Center, the Red C.
Hence the title, why it's so long.
Yes, that's why it's such a long title. So the Small Business Development Center, the SBDC, we are here to help entrepreneurs that have a business idea, a business dream that they would like to get started. Or maybe it's already a company that's in place, but they're not sure the next step to take. We have this great idea. We've launched the idea. Now what?
Right.
Our dream is in place, but we don't know what to do next. We want to expand, but where do we go? What do we do? What bank do we go to?
Right.
Or I'm a veteran and I know there's plans out there. I know there's assistance, but where do I go?
Yeah.
We're here to help.
Right.
And the wonderful thing about our assistance, our help, it's free.
Right.
No cost.
That's huge.
It's huge. That's one of the things we always hear from people. Okay, that's great, but what's it going to cost me? There's no charge.
It's amazing that both of your entities, your organizations here, you do a lot of this stuff for the community, and I don't think that everybody really realizes it, and that it's free.
And that
it's huge.
Free.
Yeah.
I was actually at an event last night, a Northern Arizona Suns event last night, and somebody at the table started talking about this business idea she had, and but I just don't know where to go, what the next steps are. I've started my webpage, but I'm just confused. And she didn't know I worked for the SBDC, and so I just started talking to her, and I'm like, I know someone who could help you. Yeah. And she goes, well, who? So I started talking to her, and she goes, but what's it going to cost me?
Right.
I'm like, well, actually, it's no charge. She goes, well, how do you know this? and can I trust this? And I'm like, well, let me tell you. So I pulled out my business card, gave it to her, and started talking to her. And I work for the SBDC. Trust me, this is a great organization. We're here to help you. And oh, yes, she was so excited.
That's excellent. That's great stuff.
We offer workshops from cash flow to marketing, your webpage, all that. to, again, help you. Because this is from the entrepreneur who has the idea to, like I said, someone that the business is already in place, it's taking off, we're doing good. Now what? What do we do next?
So we're going to take a quick break because I think we have another answer as well for that question, right? VV Rio is hosting a big event, and that's something we want to kind of touch on as well. So we're going to take a quick break, and then when we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about that. Thank you. We'll see you in a minute.
This is Bruce Morel, Transportation Manager for Cottonwood Area Transit. Remember, we cover the entire Verde Valley and Sedona. Cottonwood Area Transit has you covered wherever you want to ride in the Verde Valley, all day, every day. Take Cottonwood Area Transit through Clarkdale, Verde Village, and from 26 locations in Cottonwood. With Verde Links, it's a quick and easy trip to Sedona every day. Don't forget our connectors to Camp Verde. Visit cottonwoodaz.gov for Cottonwood Area Transit and take a seat. Let's go ride.
There are people who struggle with addiction and homelessness. Sometimes it may feel like there is nothing we can do to help.
But there is. You can make a tax-deductible donation and help those in need transition away from homelessness.
When you give someone a handout, you could actually be supporting an addiction.
A better life starts with better health, especially for those living in the streets.
Support solutions, not addictions. You can make a difference. Visit cottonwoodcares.com.
Welcome back to Rediscover the Verde Valley. Again, I'm Christian Oliva Del Rio, and with me today is Mindy Brigham and Kathrine Anderson. And we were talking about some great, excellent, free resources that you both offer, both Goodwill and Yavapai College and the Regional Economic and Small Business Development Centers.
Yes.
So we were kind of talking about that major question, right? So, I've got a great idea. I'm thinking I want to start my own business, or I've got this great plan, but I just don't know what to do or where to start. And obviously the SBDC is a great resource for that, but we're also partnering with VV Rio, which is the Verde Valley Regional Economic Development Organization, another mouthful.
Yes, a lot of mouthfuls out here.
Yeah, but these are economic development people from each of the communities in the Verde Valley. All 5 communities are represented, and they're hosting a big event that's coming up in April as well, just after our job fair.
Yes,
right?
they are.
So tell us a little bit more about how the SBDC is partnering with that and some of the resources there too.
Yes, that event is called the Moonshot Arizona Pioneer Pitch.
Right.
And it's very similar to the Shark Tank event that I'm sure you've seen that on TV.
Yeah.
I always that gets me going when I watch that one on TV. It's a Shark Tank inspired pitch contest, and it's open to the public. So if someone has that idea that, okay, I want to invent this, and you make your proposal before I'll call them the Shark Tank judges, but it's Moonshot here.
Moonshot.
And you make your pitch, and they're going to go back and forth and decide, do we not?
Right.
And going into this, they're going to prepare you and help plan for your pitch. There's a series of workshops that actually lead up to the pitch presentation. So you're not just going into it cold turkey, so to speak.
Right. Yeah, right, exactly.
Yes. So there's a lot of information actually available about this at the VV Rio website regarding it, and I have I want to make sure I give you the correct. I just saw the website on here.
Yeah, vvrio.org.
Yeah, it's vvrio.org, and I just had it, and now I completely lost it.
Well, it's also on the SBDC website.
It is on the SBDC website.
And it's also on the Cottonwood Chamber website as well.
Yes.
So it'll link you to all of the information you need to know. But people can actually sign up for these workshops. So like you said, you're not going in cold.
Oh, yes, you're not going in cold turkey.
You're going to have coaches and instructors that are going to help you.
Instructors.
And, really trying to help you refine your pitch.
Yes. And I can give you an idea what some of these classes are.
Yeah.
Just so you... The first one's an introduction to Moonshot and a deep dive into your business plan. You're going to learn how to create a marketing plan, delegating responsibilities, final financial projections and financing, and then the last one is going to be your pitch.
Right.
So again, you're learning the whole time what you're doing to build up to that final class or the final presentation.
Right.
The pitch contest itself is April 11th through 13th, and then the classes are building up to that.
Correct.
And this is in the Verde Valley, but it's open to everybody.
Right.
And,
but we want to have it tie back into the Verde Valley.
Yes,
somehow,
it does tie back into the Verde Valley, but I just it is
for
open
sure
to,
it is
yes.
open. Yeah, and we want people, we want you entrepreneurs out there to take advantage of this. You know, on the 12th, the day of the 12th, which is a Friday, April 12th, they will be spending the whole day at Yavapai College and working with coaches and refining that pitch and getting it down so that come the live event, which is on Saturday the 13th at the Blazin' M. And again, all this information is on our website, the VV Rio website.
And I do have
and
that
the
now.
SBD, so you have that website.
It's a different piece of paper. It's www.vvrio, which is vvrio.com/moonshot-pioneer-pitch.
Correct. Excellent.
And that's got all the information that is
How
on
to
this,
register,
how to
and all that
register,
kind of good
everything
stuff.
I just
Right.
read to you. There's a lot of information, so we don't want to try to bore you with it.
Yeah. Now, some of the excellent prizes too. So what they're going to do is they're going to get everybody that's signed up for this, and then on the day of the live pitch, they'll narrow that down to 5 entries. And at that point, then we'll get 3 winners of first, second, and third place.
Yes.
And there's a lot of great resources, money, scholarships, and a lot of great other information that will help you really take your idea to that next level, right?
It's a great opportunity, and this is the first time it's been done in the Verde Valley like this. So, if you want more information too, you can always give us a call at the SBDC, and we can answer, any questions you may have.
Right. So SBDC also has a lot of great other resources, and one of the things as I was scrolling through my email this morning, preparing for this conversation we're having, I came across the workforce report, and you guys put out a lot of great information on workforce and other issues facing our businesses in our community here, and is there a way for people to get that information?
Oh, yes. I put that newsletter is published quarterly, the REDC Workforce Report, and they just need to contact me, and I can add them to that distribution list.
Great. Okay. That's excellent. And then there's also on both of your websites, you guys both offer a lot of different training opportunities and job fair type events. So actually, I was telling Mindy earlier, I had a guy that came in my office yesterday, and he's new to the area. He's familiar with the area. He's been here before, but he's actually moved here, and now he's looking for work, and he kind of really didn't know where to start. He went to DES, and he got his lists and all that kind of stuff, but he was looking for more, and I was actually able to refer him to the Career Center at Goodwill as well. So, great opportunities, great resources out there for people. But your calendar of events, people can find out a lot more information, and most of these things are free, right? If not all of them, right?
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
We do charge for some of our workshops.
Right.
Usually if we do, the fee is very minimal, $20, $25.
Yeah.
Sometimes we do have to charge a little bit more because we have an
A
instructor
lot of
that we have
resources,
to pay.
right? There's things that you have to pay for.
But
so,
most of them are, like I said, free or very minimal charge. And for instance, just one I want to mention, I know this will partially air after the fact, but one of our workshops that we have, like this Friday, March 1st, is the You Can Conference.
Yeah.
And the morning session is how to do business with the Yavapai College, and the afternoon session is all about government contracting. We're bringing in Danny Ayala from Arizona PTAC in the afternoon to talk all about government contracting at all levels, federal, state, county, city, and it's free. The whole day conference is free because we believe all of that information is so valuable that we want to get that out. So that's just another, again, example of the information that we want to share and giving it out free to the community.
That's excellent. Okay, we're going to go ahead and take another quick break. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about our partnerships and strengthening the Verde and how that is so important to everything that we do here, right? So we'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll talk about that and the job fair.
Yes.
Thank you, and we'll see you in a minute.
This is Bruce Morel, Transportation Manager for Cottonwood Area Transit. Remember, we cover the entire Verde Valley and Sedona. Cottonwood Area Transit has you covered wherever you want to ride in the Verde Valley, all day, every day. Take Cottonwood Area Transit through Clarkdale, Verde Village, and from 26 locations in Cottonwood. With Verde Links, it's a quick and easy trip to Sedona every day. Don't forget our connectors to Camp Verde. Visit cottonwoodaz.gov for Cottonwood Area Transit and take a seat. Let's go ride.
There are people who struggle with addiction and homelessness. Sometimes it may feel like there is nothing we can do to help.
But there is. You can make a tax-deductible donation and help those in need transition away from homelessness.
When you give someone a handout, you could actually be supporting an addiction.
A better life starts with better health, especially for those living in the streets.
Support solutions, not addictions. You can make a difference. Visit cottonwoodcares.com.
Welcome back to Rediscover the Verde Valley. Again, I'm Christian Oliva Del Rio with the Cottonwood Chamber of Commerce. And again, with me today is Mindy Brigham with Goodwill and Kathrine Anderson with Yavapai College. Again, thank you. A lot of great information you've been sharing with us here. Some of the things that we were talking about is just how important our partnerships are, right? Like I said, some of the current partners, and we've been working with this same group of people for the last 11 years that I know of since doing this job fair. So, Yavapai College is right up there with us, the Cottonwood Chamber, NACOG, Goodwill, of course, Arizona at Work, DES, and Veterans Workforce. Mm-hmm. So, tell us a little bit more about the partnerships. How does it, impact you guys, and how does it help you?
Well, for me, the partnerships are very important,
Mm-hmm.
especially when it comes to these job fairs. We couldn't do these job fairs without all our partners.
Yeah.
Goodwill has been
a lot of work. Yeah.
Yes,
Right.
Goodwill has been a key part.
Yeah.
An instrumental part.
Yeah.
And so thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. No, thank you.
But it takes all these partners coming together to
Yeah.
produce what we produce for the community.
Right.
Not one of us could do it
No.
by ourselves.
Yeah, well, all ships rise with the tide, right? And so the more we work together, the better we are building our community.
Yes.
And attacking that mission that Goodwill has. I'm sure you guys partner with the schools and youth and
Right, we really want to target the youth with these digital skill workshops because we feel like the youth, they don't have much of a digital
Right.
skill gap.
Mm-hmm.
And so we feel like, at the end of these computer workshops, they're able to take the North Star certification, which is recognized by employers and
Yeah.
universities, top organizations.
Right.
And so we just feel like they'll be able to get through it and get that certification.
Right. It's huge because, it almost doesn't make sense to say the youth don't understand the digital gap. They're so digital, right?
Right.
But like you said, the focus is how do you apply maybe what you know about digital resources or how a business might, you don't until you go through one of these workshops and really see that. So
Right, and they may not have that option. They may not want to go to college. They just may want to do 2 years or learn a trade or in getting the certification, they'll get it like that. They'll get through it
That's
so fast.
excellent. So for the parents out there, right? So inquire, talk to your teachers, talk to your schools, and talk to Goodwill, right, about how your kids can get this training.
Absolutely, and we give
certification.
info sessions on these computer classes just to see if there is an interest. So if the schools want us to come in and speak about these computer classes, and if they want us to give an info session, we can certainly do that.
That's excellent. Yeah, that's good stuff. So, that leads us right into this Verde Valley Job Fair, right? It's changed names slightly over the years. It's been the Verde Valley Job Fair. It's been the Verde Valley Job and Career Fair. It's been now it's the Verde Valley Job, Career, and Volunteer Fair because, that there's a huge portion of our community that, seasoned?
Yes.
Right?
The seasoned
veterans
employees.
and employees and so tell us a little bit more about how we changed it up a little bit this year.
This year we recognized that we have individuals and companies in the community that are not necessarily looking to hire, but their workforce is volunteers. And then again,
I'm one of them.
And we have also a workforce that's not looking to necessarily get back in the workforce, but it's retired, and they want to maybe work a few hours a week because they want to get out of the house, or they're not ready to be permanently retired.
Feel like they're giving back to the community
They're giving back
somehow.
to the community, but they need flexible hours, not an 8 to 5 job. So we combined the two this year. So we're going to have a job fair going on in one building and a volunteer fair going on in the other building. And as Christian and I were talking earlier, a volunteer fair also works for maybe someone that's also trying to get started in the workforce, that maybe, okay, I can start volunteering at this company and it may turn into a permanent job later. It's my foot in the door.
Absolutely. You know, I've got, the Chamber of Commerce could not function without our volunteers. In fact, our slogan is Volunteers Rock. And I've got just about 20 volunteers that help me out throughout the week, you know, different shifts and whatnot. So it's huge. And, you know, a lot of those, and our ambassadors as well, are all, you know, they're business owners and they volunteer as ambassadors as well. So it's a big deal. And in a lot of cases, I've actually got a couple right now that, you know, started out volunteering and they were at all our events and helping out. So they really knew what the Chamber was about, and we've hired them on, you know. So it is a great way to get your foot in that door.
Yes, it is.
So another thing that we changed about the job fair is the time, right?
We did change the time.
Yeah, so that was basically because we were getting a lot of word. People were showing up at the end of the job fair going, oh, I work all day. How can I, you know?
Yes.
So we've changed the time from 3 to 6.
Yes.
Right?
The 3 to 6 time frame. And of that, well, the 3 to 6 also, the 3 to 3:30 is an early admission time for our job seekers that are seasoned, a little bit older, are disabled, and are veterans. And then 3:30 to 6 is the normal hours. And that allows for not just those that need a job or unemployed, but also those that might have a current job but are underemployed, are looking for something better, or maybe need another job.
There's going to be a lot of other resources there. So, you know, even if, let's say you may not, which I find hard to believe, because last year we actually had quite a few people that actually found jobs on the spot that day. So there will be jobs available that day. But maybe you're wanting to hone your skills. You know, there's plenty of resources there on how to get training again from both of your organizations, but potentially signing up for classes through Yavapai College. I know that we're going to have Bob Weir with VACT will be there, and again, that's another opportunity for you to possibly get some education. Especially for our youth, again, you know, another tie-in there. It's all connected.
Yes, it is.
So, so that again, that is April 3rd, Wednesday, April 3rd, from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. I'm glad you guys are seeing it on the screen because I can't tell you. Anyways, we've got roughly 27 different employers that are registered right now, but we still have another month. We easily will get up to 50 people,
yes, we will.
50 exhibitors and resources for you there. I kind of want to highlight some of our sponsors because you know, these guys come in and support this event, support our community.
Yes, we couldn't do it without the sponsors.
We could not. It's again, there's, you know, there are costs to everything we do, and so it's again these people that step up and take pride in their communities. Fan Contracting is one of them. Elite Community Services LLC, Kinney Construction Services Inc., Northern Arizona Healthcare, and Windsor Austin House. So thank you to our sponsors. You know, again, we couldn't do it without them. So give us a reminder. There's some like cutoff dates coming up here that we need to know about.
Very important
right?
dates coming up.
Yeah.
March 1st is the deadline for early registration.
Right. So $50.
$50. Right. After Friday, it goes up to $95.
Right.
So if you don't get your application in next week, it's going to cost you a little bit more.
Register. You can register at cottonwoodchamberaz.org. They can also call you at the SBDC.
Yes.
I believe they could call you and ask questions as well, Mindy, and you can direct them to the right places. Thank you, you guys. I appreciate this partnership that we have, and looking forward to wiping out right, the unemployment, and I think we can do it together, right? So again, thanks for being here.
Oh, thank
you for having us.
Appreciate you, and we'll see you all next month. Thank you.